All right, is anybody on? Can anybody hear me yet? All right, can y'all hear me? If you can hear, could you please chat, type over in the chat? Let me know that you can hear me. Anybody? All right, we're gonna wait one more minute and then we'll get started. I certainly hope you can hear me. Let me see something. Okay, could somebody type something in the Q&A to let me know they can hear me or in the chat window? That would be great. And we'll get started in just a minute. All right, can y'all hear me? Not seeing anything. It's really worrying me. Oh, thank you, Jessica. Perfect. Appreciate it. Awesome. Okay, so it is 8:30 p.m. Monday night and April 27th. I almost said August. Oh my goodness, don't want time to be going by that fast. I want to thank you all for being on this call, especially any of our first-time coaches that are new, or this is your very first team call to be part of. We're super excited to have you here with us, and just appreciate you spending your time with us this Monday evening. My name is Bridgette Hamburger, and I'm a 5-star diamond coach. I live in Grapevine, Texas, and I've been a coach since 2008, and it is my pleasure to host the team call tonight. So I want to get started, first of all, with some announcements. So hopefully you were part of a Super Friday, Super Saturday, or Super Sunday this past weekend where lots of announcements were made. Now, Amber covered a lot of those announcements last week on our team call because they were announced during our Success Club trip in Cancun. So I'd encourage you to grab that video from Super Saturday, Sunday, whatever day it was in your local area. If you weren't there, take a look at it. They'll be posting it in the online office if it hasn't already been posted. Just a couple of things of note. Of course, you've probably already heard that Sean T's new program, Size, will be coming out at Summit this year, and there'll be Size certification available along with Insanity certification and other certifications at Summit. So where are you going to be July 15th? Well, if you don't know, the answer needs to be Summit. All of you on this call should be saying, I will be at Summit on July 15th. It is the biggest game changer in your business. If you haven't already gotten your ticket, be sure to do so immediately because chances are it will sell out this year. It is truly the best investment you can make in your business. I know my very first summit back in 2009, I went with Stephanie Richardson and Julie Schulte and thought we were just going on a girls trip. Boy, was my mind blown. It truly was a great girls trip, but that's where I learned the importance of working this business and that this business is totally real and can change so many lives. So I encourage you, if you haven't already, get signed up for Summit and be there. So I wanted to also remind you that Well, of course, today is April 27th. We only have a few more days in the month. And I hope that if you haven't already made Success Club, I hope that you are still pushing for it, because I want to remind you that this month there are new qualifications to get leads from Beachbody. So in order to get leads in May, so we're going to talk first about the customer leads, those leads that come to you after they've already made their first purchase, and you don't earn commission on their first purchase, but you do on any of their future purchases. In order to receive those leads in May, you need to not only be an Emerald Coach, but you also have to hit Success Club 5. Okay, so what does it mean to hit Success Club 5? It means that you earn 5 Success Club points, and each challenge pack that you sell, or each person you help get connected with the challenge pack, which is a workout program plus Shakeology, is 2 points, whether they become a coach or a customer. And Shakeology just on Home Direct is 1 point. So if you haven't already hit that, make sure you make that a priority by the end of the month. I myself have hit it plenty of times on the last day of the month, and I know you can do the same thing. If you want the Success Club leads, which are those leads that come to you as paying customers on their first purchase, people that have purchased Shakeology, a challenge pack, the Ultimate Reset, those kind of things, you need to be an Emerald Coach plus have hit Success Club 10. Okay, so the rules have changed a little bit. Check your FAQs in your online office for more information on that, because you need to know that for sure. That's part of your business. Just a couple of reminders of the programs or the challenge packs that are on sale for the month of April. You have the PIO plus Shakeology challenge pack. You have the PIO Kickstart, which is the 3-day refresh with the PIO challenge pack, on sale for $180. The PIO challenge pack is on sale for $160. P90X3 challenge pack is on sale for an unheard of $160. That normally retails for $205. That is the lowest price I've ever seen on that challenge pack. And then the Ultimate Reset challenge pack is on sale, as well as some other options with the Ultimate Reset, because Darren O'Lean started the Ultimate Reset today, and we'll be doing that through May 19th. Okay, if y'all will bear with me for just a second, I'm going to share my screen and pull up some slides so we can do some recognition. Hold on just a second. Whoops, hold on. All right, here we go. So all of these are the teams that are on this call tonight, and we're super thrilled to have you all with us. So let's get to a little bit of recognition. We want to first start off by recognizing new diamonds and star diamonds. So first of all, we want to recognize Regan Haggerty, who is a new diamond coach. She is sponsored by Corey Abraham. So congratulations, Regan. That is just a great starting point, and it means that you are becoming a true leader, helping other people build their business. Way to go. A big shout out to Shanna Coram for hitting 1-star diamond. That means that Shanna not only is a diamond herself, but she's also helped someone else reach diamond rank within her organization. So way to go, Shanna. You're now building leaders too. And it gives me such an amazing, great amount of pleasure to recognize Jessica Nelson, who is sponsored by Julie Schulte, on hitting 11-star diamond coach this past week. Way to go, Jessica. You are blowing it up, and so proud of you, and so thankful to call you a friend, and you just have added so much to this team. Oh, and I failed to mention that Shanna is sponsored by Stephanie Richardson. So Shanna by Stephanie Richardson, and then Jessica by Julie Schulte. Way to go, ladies. And I wanted to give a special shout out and a little bit of extra recognition tonight to somebody who's a very dear friend of mine, and I'm just super proud of what she's been able to do. She's a beautiful person inside and out. So I just want to give a shout out to Lisa Frederick, who has won $1,000 in the Beachbody Challenge by doing the Ultimate Reset. Voting's not open yet, but I would encourage you, when voting does become available for the Beachbody Challenge, that you read Lisa's story. Even before the voting opens, take a second to go read her story. It is amazing, and she is just an amazing person and absolutely beautiful inside and out. So I just want to say congratulations, Lisa. I know there's some amazing things headed your way. So what are we going to talk about tonight? Tonight, I want to train a little bit on from post to purchase to pushing play. So what am I talking about? I'm specifically talking about, you make a post on Facebook that's the intention is to solicit a response or elicit a response. And And then what do you do? What do you do when somebody comments on your post? I know so many of us get so excited when we get our first comment on a post that we kind of freeze and don't know what to do. So what I want to share with you is the process that I use. And I wish I could take total credit for this, but honestly, I learned a lot of what I'm going to tell you about in a national call that Amber, she was Amber Scott then, Amber Snow now, did probably a year and a half, maybe even 2 years ago, where she just spelled it out and even used scripts. I went back and transcribed her call after the call because her scripts were so amazing, and I've been using those ever since. Now, I've changed them up. I've changed my process up a little bit to make it sound like me and my flow of things, but truly the credit for this call goes to Amber, and I hope that you all have a pen and paper handy and are open to hear what I have to say and will be teachable during this moment, because I do believe this really can be the catalyst to push your business to the next level. So one of the things I want to talk about first is we're going to talk mainly about posts about products or challenge groups, and how we encourage people, how we educate people, how we get people to make a decision about purchasing a challenge pack or some other product from us. I'll talk a little bit about the business opportunity, but given time constraints, I'm just going to spend most of the time tonight talking about challenge groups. I'll kind of make references back and forth with those, but you'll see where I'm going. One of the things I want to talk about right up front is we're not in the business of selling anything except maybe lifestyle. That's it. We shouldn't feel like salespeople selling Shakeology or selling P90X or even selling the business opportunity, or even trying to convince someone that they should be a Beachbody coach. We really want to be thinking about, how has your life changed because you are a Beachbody coach? How has your life changed because you did P90X? How has the lives of people in your life changed because they've done this too? And I was having a conversation on Facebook today with, it was sad for me because it was a person that was a coach in my team, and she quit. She just up and quit. And I watched her post today how sad she was that she could be earning money doing something she loved, but she put too much pressure on herself to sell to people. And when people told her they didn't have enough money or couldn't afford it, she felt guilty. Let that sink in for a second. And I messaged her and I said, "Are you talking about Beachbody coaching?" And she said, "Yes." And so I feel like as a sponsoring coach, I let her down for ever feeling like she needed to be out there selling our products. And I told her today, I said, all you need to do is find a product or program that works for you and share that, just like you would share your favorite restaurant or share a good movie or anything like that, and get to the point that you almost feel guilty for not sharing about it. So I really challenge you to think about how Beachbody coaching or the programs or Shakeology or the Ultimate Reset or anything like that that we have to offer has made your life better. Those are the kind of posts that are going to be really, they're going to be engaging. They're going to really grab people's attention. They're going to see your heart. They're going to feel your heart. So those are the kind of things I want you to think about. So what can you do now that you couldn't do before you became a coach? I know for me, it was that I was able to pay for my boys' preschool. Prior to that time, I was a stay-at-home mom, not bringing in any income. In fact, I was spending money a lot faster than, not faster than we were making it, but definitely faster than I was making it because I wasn't bringing any income in. So my hobby became spending time at Target, which is never a good thing. So think about those things. You know, it's not just about how much money you're making. It's about what you're doing with that money. It's not about how many Success Club points you can earn. It's about how many people you can help and how many people can live a healthier life because of that. So these are just a couple of example posts I want to put out here because both of these have generated quite a response for both myself and for my team. In fact, a few weeks ago, I dared my team, after I was dared, to post one or the other of these two for my status on Facebook. So one of them is, I'm looking for 5 more women who are interested in losing 5 to 15 pounds in 21 days, the healthy, lasting way. No pills, no starvation or gimmicks. I promise. If you are interested, please like, comment, or message me for more details. I'm sure if you're friends with any Beachbody coach on Facebook, you have seen that status. And it's not something I would post every day or every week. I may post it once a month or so, but it always gets a response. Why? Why do you think it gets a response? I think it gets a response because those are real results in a short period of time. 21 days seems like such a short time period compared to 90 days. Pretty simple. Then the other is, what if I told you I had a way that you could earn money from home, pay off debt, travel, and even build an awesome savings account using only an hour or 2 of your time per day? Would you be interested? So again, you're trying to create some type of emotion in somebody that's going to drive them to react or respond. Honestly, for me, that status didn't work quite as well as when I phrased it slightly differently and said, do you know someone who'd be interested in earning money from home, paying off debt, traveling, and those kind of things? I just rephrased it. So I'm not asking, are you interested, but do you know someone who is? Because a lot of times when you just ask, are you interested, the immediate response before they even hear the entire question is, no, I'm not interested. But if you're asking about someone else, do you know someone who would be interested? It seems to create a different type of response, a more open response. And then all of a sudden I get all these, I am, me, I am. Not one person referred me to another person. It was all about themselves. They were all interested, even though I asked, do you know someone who? So that's a little trick that I like to use, and it seems to work. So this is just an example. One of my coaches, Cassie Needling, took my dare and posted, as you can see, I'm looking for 5 more women who are interested in losing 5 to 15 pounds in 21 days, blah, blah, blah. One of the things I'd encourage you to do is, if you see your fellow coaches posting something along those lines, jump in and comment. Give that thread some life. I just said, oh my gosh, I love this program. I lost almost 3.5 inches off my waist with it. It took a little bit of work, but it was so easy to follow the plan. So thankful and happy that I did. Just something to boost maybe some more interest in that post. So be supportive of your fellow coaches when they post things like this. And as you can see, within 6 minutes of Cassie posting this status, she had a comment from Stacy Smith saying, I was going to message you about this. Send me info, please. So within 6 minutes of posting that, Cassie already had a response, already had her first comment. And I believe from this post, Cassie sold probably 3 or 4 challenge packs. I'm pretty sure she made Success Club off of this post alone. So what do? She got a comment. Now what do you do? What do I do? Oh my gosh. I've been doing this for almost 7 years now, and challenge groups have really been a part of our business probably for the past maybe 4 years, something along those lines. And I still get a little catch or a hitch whenever somebody responds to one of my posts. And I have to take a second and calm myself down and go, okay, Bridgette, you know what to do. You know how to handle this. But it's funny to me that I still kind of get that little, oh my gosh, what do I do now? So the first thing I want to do is remind you that this is a process. It is a process. It is not about closing the sale as quickly as possible. And I know here we are at the end of the month. I realize some of you are pushing for Success Club for April. Don't rush the process, because if you become desperate and you become pushy and you become salesy, and you're not truly giving this person an opportunity to be heard, and you're not giving yourself the opportunity to get to know someone and their goals and their desires, you're doing everybody a disservice, and you're going to come across as desperate, and people smell desperation. They do. And it even through Facebook, they can smell desperation, and you're going to run them off. And the last thing you want is somebody who may not be ready today, but may be ready in 3 days, to get turned off because you are so determined to meet your goals. Okay, so be mindful that these are people you're interacting with, that health and fitness is a very personal journey, and that we want to honor and respect them as individuals and not as a Success Club point, okay? So your objective in this process is to help someone. help connect someone with the right program, with Shakeology, with the business opportunity, whatever it is. And we're also to add value to people's lives. And really the primary purpose, or our primary purpose, our primary objective is to educate them. We want to educate them on what we have to offer and how their puzzle piece fits to our puzzle piece, so we have a solution for them. You want to take your discussion, your discussion offline. You don't want to keep that in the comment thread, because hopefully you'll be getting some fairly personal and honest responses from them when you ask them questions. So you want to take that offline. I usually just type a quick little response, tag the person and say, hey, Stacy, I'm sending you a message, okay? And handle it that way, because you are going to start to ask them some fairly personal questions to get to know them and get to know their goals better. Truly, this is about finding out if we have something, if we have a product, if we have a program, if the coaching opportunity solves a problem or adds value to his or her life. And how do we do that? We do that through asking questions and listening. You know, we talk a lot about forming, which is a Danny Johnson term, which, you know, FORM. F stands for family, O stands for occupation, R is recreation. And once you know all that, then you can put together a message or what you want to present to them after you know more about them. So you really are asking questions so that you can get to know the person and find out if we do have something that could make their life better. I truly believe that we have something that can make everyone's life better. It's just a matter of also finding out, is now their time? Are they ready now? Are they ready to do are they ready to make the decision? Are they ready to commit? You know, are they ready to do it now? And the final thing, just as a general comment, is be respectful and answer their questions. I know in some people's scripts that they use, they try to avoid certain questions and put them off till later in the conversation. I know one of them happens to be about cost, and we'll talk about that in a second. I've gone back and forth on how I handle this, and for me, I've found I really don't like to skip a message without answering the question that they've asked me, because at that point, I feel like I'm being disingenuous and do feel like I've taken off my helper hat and put on a salesperson's hat, which is not at all how I ever want to represent myself or Beachbody coaching in general. So I try to be very respectful and answer the questions that I've been asked when they've asked them of me. So let's get down into a little more nitty gritty about how do you respond. First of all, always, thank you so much for commenting on my post about my 21-day group. I really appreciate that. I hope you're doing well. And then ask questions. Why did this post interest you? What are your health and fitness goals? Other things like what has worked for you, what hasn't worked for you in the past. Even things like, what do you see as your biggest obstacle? A lot of times whenever I get this question, it's usually, can you tell me more information? And I will start off by saying, hey, Stacy, thank you so much for asking for more information about my upcoming 21-day group. I would love to share more information with you, but I've got to make a deal with you. I'm going to ask you some questions, and if you can answer them for me, then I'd be more than happy to give you the information. So here's my questions. Why did this post interest you? What are your current health and fitness goals? And what has worked or hasn't worked for you in the past? What obstacles do you see? And, you know, what obstacles may get in your way of reaching those goals? And I say, okay, now you've read my questions. I'm going to assume you're going to answer them. So let me tell you a little bit more about how this group will work. And in talking about challenge groups, I always go with the way this group will work is really very simple. Fitness plus nutrition plus support equals success. I talk a little bit about the workout program. In this case, it would be 21-day fix or 21-day fix extreme. And I mean very little. I say we will all be doing the 21-day fix or extreme. We will be following its meal plan. We will be replacing one meal a day with Shakeology. And we will also be posting in a private Facebook group page for support, accountability, and motivation. Doesn't that sound like something that will help you reach your goals? Something simple like that. Doesn't that sound like something that will help you reach your goals? Do you know how many people have told me no, that doesn't sound like something that would help them reach their goals? Zero. Everybody I have ever sent that message to that replied to me said, yes, that sounds like something that would help me reach my goals. Absolutely. Occasionally, depending on kind of where I am in the process or how well I know this person, in order to explain the challenge group a little bit better, rather than stumbling on my own words, I do like to use the Ever Feel Like This video that is in the online office. I think it's still in the online office. If not, I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube on the Team Beachbody page. But it is a great short little video that wraps up what a challenge group is. And if I do send that video to them, then my question is, do you relate to that? Do you ever feel like this? Doesn't a challenge group sound like something that could help you reach your health and fitness goals? Again, I ask that question. Doesn't it sound like something that could help you reach your health and fitness goals? It's not, please don't ever ask, what did you think of that? Or what do you think of that? You just don't want to ask that. You can ask, what did you like best about that? Don't you think this would be awesome for you? Those kind of questions. Oops. So this response is more about where I did say I was going to talk a little bit about the coaching opportunity. Very similar response. If you've made a post about the coaching opportunity and you get a response, your response is going to be very similar. Same kind of pieces of the puzzle. Thank them for liking the post or asking for more information, and then get right into asking them questions about, why did this post interest you? What do you do for work now? What do you like or dislike about what you do now for work? Just some questions like that. And then I always go straight to the, if I send you a 7-minute video, would you watch it? That's very simple. It's, if I do something for you, would you do something for me? And I use the Introducing Team Beachbody video at this point because it's just 7 minutes. If we get beyond that, then I will send them the 30-minute webinar. But this wording is magic. It's just great. Again, I've asked this question I don't know how many times. Of all the responses I get back, I've never had anybody tell me, no, I won't watch the video. But before you send that video, you also want to confirm when they will watch it and when you can follow up with them. And then when you say you're going to follow up with them, you follow up with them and go from there. You find out if they've watched the video, and then you ask the question, what did you like best about what you saw? Again, not what did you think about it, not anything like that. What did you like best about what you saw? And that's going to give you a good indication of if this person is going to be right for coaching or if they're going to be more of a customer. And either way is totally fine, because if they say, oh, I really like the workouts and the Shakeology aspect of it, great. Then, let's go down this customer route. If they say, ooh, I like the idea of being able to earn income while I'm helping others, great. That's fantastic coaching material. So anyway, just a little, kind of went off the path of the challenge group, but I wanted to share that with you too. So I would say probably 9 times out of 10, after my first message where I explained, fitness plus nutrition plus support equals success, if I haven't already gotten this question, I get it right now, which is, what does this cost? What is it going to cost me? I want you to think, how do you feel? What's the first thought you have when you read this question? When you get this question from somebody you're talking to about a challenge group, what is your immediate thought? If it's one where you're ducking your head and your shoulders and you're like, oh God, here we go again, then I challenge you to check your belief. Do you believe that what we offer people in the form of a challenge pack is a great value? Do you believe that Shakeology is worth $129 a month? Do you believe the 21-day fixed challenge pack is worth $160? Because whatever you believe is how you posture yourself when you're talking to these people. So I absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, can tell you that I believe our programs in Shakeology are worth it. And you know what? My family, and you need a story. This is where a great story. My family saved money when my husband started drinking Shakeology because he was no longer buying breakfast in the basement of his office building. So there's that. And I know some people, if this comes up right here, will try to deflect this question. And I understand that, because in all honesty, you don't really know what the cost is going to be until you know more about the person and which program is going to be right for them. But so many times for me, I am promoting for a specific program that, you know, I just want to go ahead and answer the question. I don't want to deflect it. I want to give them, because I don't want to be afraid of it. The cost is what the cost is, and I believe it's a great value. So now it's my responsibility and your responsibility as a coach to show the value in the program, in the challenge pack. And I learned this from Miles Engel probably about a year ago. Miles, when anybody asked him the cost of a challenge pack, Miles will list all of the ingredients. It's almost like taking a bag of Shakeology, and when somebody says how much does it cost, you list all of the ingredients and say you get all of that for only $129. So you really want to create that that value. So like for me, because a lot of what I promote right now is the 21-day fix, either the regular or the extreme, I have 2 different notes that I keep on my computer and on my phone that I can copy and paste anytime that says, your challenge pack will come with a 30-day supply of Shakeology, which is a daily dose of dense nutrition and will replace 1 meal a day for you. It will also come with the 21-day fix program, which includes, and then I list out all of the workouts. Plyo Fix Extreme, if we're talking extreme, Upper Fix Extreme, Pilates Fix Extreme, Lower Fix Extreme, 10-minute hardcore abs, Cardio Fix Extreme, Dirty 30 Extreme, Yoga Fix Extreme, and then a bonus workout for ordering through a coach like me. In addition to the workouts, you also get 7 containers and the nutrition plan and the schedule. You get all of that plus me as your free coach. You get all of that for only $160. Now wait for it. Isn't that an awesome deal? Isn't it an awesome deal? I mean, when you write down everything that's in a challenge pack and you break it down by workout, very few people can look at that and go, nope, that is not an awesome deal. They just can't. I mean, because it's undeniable that what you are providing people is an incredible deal. And you probably have already picked on this, but be presumptive with your questions. Assume that the answer is going to be yes. Move them forward with a yes. Make it very positive. What did you like best? Isn't this an awesome deal? Won't this help you reach your health and fitness goals? Are you ready for your ordering information? What program sounds best for you? What flavor of Shakeology would work for you? Do you want to order as a coach or a customer? I ask that question before every customer places an order. When we get down to the point of they're ready for their ordering information, I say, great. Would you like to order this as a coach or a customer? And what do you think happens then? I get a question back. What's the difference? And a lot of people say a coach can get their products at a discount, which is true. And I do have discount coaches in my organization, and they do have a place. And my family and friends, absolutely, I encourage them to become coaches to get discounts on the products. But I like to say to everyone, a coach can work to get their product paid for. Let me say that again. A coach can work to get their product paid for. Why? Because I am setting expectations that as a coach, if you help other people, then you can get your product for free. So that's the way I like to do it. Everybody has a different way of doing their business. That's the way I like to handle it. So what if cost is still an issue? And I'm spending a lot of time on this one because this seems to be the biggest objection and the one that people get hung up on the most. What if cost is still an issue? For me, I continue to ask more questions. What do you think a fair price would be for all of these things? And a lot of times people come back and they say, well, that really is a fair price. I get it. It's a great value. I just can't afford it. Okay, great. Do you know if you find 3 friends who want to do this with you and yours could be paid for? I haven't used that in a long time, and I've kind of kicked myself in the behind over it because it is something so simple. If they find 1 friend, it starts to reduce their price. If they find 2 friends, even more. If they find 3 friends, their challenge pack is nearly paid for in their first commission check. The other thing is, a lot of times people use not having enough money as an excuse. And then there are times that, maybe things are a little hard right now for somebody. Maybe their husband just lost their job. Maybe they've got a sick child. Who knows? And so things can be really hard. And so what I've been doing lately is using the fact that the first 30 days of Beachbody On Demand is free. And that way you can gauge if cost really is an issue for someone, or if their time, it's just not their time. Maybe it's just not time for them to start a new workout program. Maybe they haven't fully committed to the idea of becoming a healthier version of themselves. And so Kathleen Strecker and I actually worked together and have been this past month running a challenge group that is basically Eat Clean, Train Free, which we provide menus for our challenge group, and then they all can have access to Beachbody On Demand for free. They can pick a specific program, or they can play around with different programs to get their workouts in, and it's great. So remember, you do have that option, and that way it gives you a couple of different options. It allows you to see if the person really, if cost really is an issue and they are taking advantage of Beachbody On Demand. And then it also allows you to see if they were just making excuses and this wasn't their time. With them using Beachbody On Demand free and part of a challenge group, it also allows them to kind of date you as a coach to see what it's like. And you just keep providing value to them. You give them the menus, you give them the grocery list, you give them the support. You basically do that and so they can see exactly how great a coach you are and what the benefit is. So then the magic happens. They say yes. Oh my gosh, what do I do now? They want a challenge pack, and they want the 21-day fix extreme, and they want chocolate vegan Shakeology. And what do I do now? Well, send them very explicit ordering instructions. I also have this typed up in Sage so I can send it whenever anybody is ready to order. I use coachingcodes.com. I think there's also mobile mobile.coachingcodes.com that's easier to use from your phone. There's another website. I can't remember what it's called. It's Simple Code. I can't remember what it is. I don't want to say because I'm going to be wrong. That is also another place you can get codes. Well, what are those codes for? These codes allow you to enter your coach ID number and or your screen name. And let's say you're looking for the 21-day fixed challenge pack. Instead of telling somebody to go to beachbodycoach.com/Hamburger14, click on shop in the middle of the page. Then at the top left of the next page, click on challenge packs and scroll down until you find the $160 challenge packs. And then when you get there, pick that drop down menu until you get 21-day fix extreme. Instead of doing all of that, these codes will take a person straight to your 21-day fix extreme challenge pack page, where all they have to do is select their Shakeology and click add to cart. So if you get nothing else out of this call tonight, coachingcodes.com is fantastic and a great time saver, it lessens the confusion in the process. And then, like I said, write out the instructions for them. From that point, tell them, choose your flavor of Shakeology. I recommend getting a 30-day supply in the bag because you get 6 more servings for the same price. Unless, of course, you think you may get tired of the same flavor. In that case, I recommend you go with the chocolate vanilla strawberry combo pack so you can sample 3 flavors. And then always, always, always ask them to let you know as soon as that order is placed, so that you can verify that it went through correctly. You can check it. It'll show up in your previous office view first before it does in your actual Coach Online office. And that way you know for certain that not only the order went through, that they ordered the correct thing and that they were connected to you as their coach. So you verify the order went through. Yay! As soon as you verify their order went through, add them to your group and welcome them. I know some coaches will actually welcome somebody on that person's timeline. So they'll go to Sarah's timeline and say, Sarah, we're so excited to have you as part of our challenge group. Can't wait to get started. You know, some people may not like that. I think it's a great idea for people that are interested, because then are excited about what they're about to embark upon, because then it can rally support for them. They can get, is public accountability and a way to rally support. Point them to the free resources you have in your challenge group page and help them set a start date, because you have to know when you're going to start or when they're going to start so you can know their day one, right? and help them with their before and after photos and measurements and all that. Remind them to do all of those things. So just to wrap it up, remember, this is a process. To go from post to purchase to push and play is a process. And really, the longest part of the process is between your post and the purchase. We are in the people business, and unfortunately or fortunately, people can't be controlled. We're like wild animals sometimes, and the more time you spend honoring the process and getting to know the person and understanding their goals, their fears, their struggles, the better you will be able to coach them, the better you will be able to help them, which at the end of the day is really what this is all about. And even if they say no today, it doesn't mean never. It just means that they're not ready right now. So hold on just a second while I do that. There we are. Hello again. We have to remember that weight loss, even starting a new business, if they're becoming a new coach, it's such a personal struggle. And so the best thing we can do as coaches is to honor that person as another human being and understand them more, so we can make sure that we are giving them guidance that will benefit them and help them with the problems that they see that they have, or help them improve their quality of life where they think it needs improvement. So that's all I have for y'all tonight. It's a little past 9. Whoops, sorry about that. I do have the question and answer feature available. If anybody has any questions, feel free to post those. I'm not quite sure how it looks on your end, but feel free to post those, or even in the chat feature. I think you can do that too. Okay. I am not seeing any. I want to thank y'all again for giving me the opportunity to be on this call tonight, and I want to thank you all. If you have any questions, if you think of anything after this call, let me know, and I will do my best to answer them. Y'all have a great night, and let's finish out the month of April really strong, okay? Have a great one.